change of command ceremony. Today we honor Colonel Lisa Norby, who relinquishes command of the United States Army DENTAC, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, to Lieutenant Colonel Michael Hoffman. At this time, we would like to extend a sincere welcome to our distinguished guest, Commanding General, Regional Health Command Atlantic, Brigadier General Mary Krieger, who is attending virtually. Command Sergeant Major, Regional Health Command Atlantic, Command Sergeant Major Rebecca Booker, who is attending virtually. Command Sergeant Major Marlon Falls, Blanchfield Army Community Hospital. Sergeant Major Elizabeth Perez, Incoming Regional Dental Health Command Atlantic Sergeant Major. Commander, 531st Hospital Center, Colonel Kevin Hamilton. First Sergeant, 531st Hospital Center, First Sergeant Christopher Roach. Commander, Fort Knox DENTAC, Colonel Eric Hall. Senior Enlisted Leader, Fort Knox DENTAC, Sergeant First Class Marshall Knighton. At this time, Sergeant Anthony Tees, along with Specialist Joshua Martinez, will present Colonel Norby's husband, First Sergeant Retired David Norby, with a gift of appreciation for his love and support to the Fort Campbell DENTAC family, and gifts to her son, Junior, and grandsons, Justin and Darian. A bouquet of flowers will be presented to her best friend, Dr. Lisa Browning. At this time, the DENTAC Soldier of the Year, Corporal Alexis Sunstein, will present a bouquet of flowers to Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman's spouse, Danielle, from the officers, non-commissioned officers, and soldiers of the company, welcoming her into the Fort Campbell DENTAC family. At this time, Specialist Emily Cage will present their son Ford with a DENTAC bib. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation to be delivered by Chaplain Sharon McCreary, and remain standing for the arrival of the official party and the playing of our national anthem.
As I pray in my faith tradition, would you please join me in yours? Gracious God, creator and sustainer of all things, I speak your blessings upon this ceremony and those who have gathered here to witness this sacred moment in the life of DENTAC. Thank you for the gifts and provision that you have continually given to them. Thank you especially for the leadership of Colonel Norby. As she relinquishes command, I thank you for the compassion and determination that you have instilled in her, and for the example she has set for over 20 years. Lord, as she and her spouse David embark on this new mission of retirement, bless them and keep them, fortify their marriage, draw them closer together, and bless their children and grandchildren. Protect their hearts and give them joy beyond measure. Grant the incoming commander, Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman, the gifts of courage, humility, wisdom, and strength as he assumes command and leads DENTAC to the next level. Lord, bless his spouse and son. May his entire family have an abundance of perseverance and hope as they navigate this new mission. May DENTAC continue to lead the way in professional care and commitment, blessing Fort Campbell and her soldiers. God bless these troops standing here in our great nation, rule and reign, bringing peace and safety to our world. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. The change of command is a simple yet traditional event that is rich with symbolism and heritage. Key to the ceremony is the passing of the unit's colors. The colors represent not only the lineage and honors of the unit, but also the loyalty and unity of its soldiers. The colors are the commander's symbol of authority, representing his responsibilities to the organization. Wherever the commander is, there also are the colors. The custodian of the colors is First Sergeant Jamal Bowen, the senior enlisted soldier in the unit and the principal advisor to the commander. The passing of the colors symbolizes the transfer of command responsibility and authority from the former commander to the new, demonstrating to the soldiers of the unit that Colonel Norby has passed the mantle of leadership to Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman, and with this also passes the loyalty and unity of the soldiers. By authority of paragraph 2-5 Alpha, Army Regulation 600-20, the undersigned assumes command of the United States Army DENTAC, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Effective date, 11 March 2022, signed Michael Hoffman, Lieutenant Colonel, Dental Corps, Commanding. First Sergeant passes the colors to the outgoing commander, Colonel Norby, for the last time, symbolizing the duty and responsibilities of command to the outgoing commander. Colonel Norby then passes the colors to Colonel Evans, thereby relinquishing her responsibilities and authority. Colonel Evans passes the colors to Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman, charging him with the same responsibility and authority for the soldiers and civilians of the United States Army DENTAC, Fort Campbell. Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman then passes the colors back to First Sergeant for safekeeping as the First Sergeant's first act of loyalty to his new commander. This signifies the continuity of the outgoing and incoming commander's trust and confidence in the non-commissioned officer corps. First Sergeant then returns the colors back to the color bearer, symbolizing that the colors belong to the soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, the commander of the Dental Health Command Atlantic, Colonel Michael T. Evans.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Okay, hey, Sergeant Major, isn't this supposed to be the home of the Screaming Eagles? I don't hear any screaming. Okay. Good morning. Oh man, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. General Krieger, Command Sergeant Major Booker, distinguished guests and family and friends of the Fort Campbell Dental Health Activity, thank you for attending today's ceremony in person and virtually. Today's a great day in the United States Army. Today we celebrate the accomplishments of the Fort Campbell Dental Health Activity and look forward to the next chapter. As far back as 1995, I was here at Fort Campbell during Operation Uphold Democracy in Haiti. This is my first quote-unquote deployment of sorts. And I had the best time serving in this DENTAC, embracing the rich traditions and the customs here, and that was a great honor to me. Chaplain Curry, thank you for your invocation, and thanks to the band for your rendition of our national anthem. Together you beautifully connect this ceremony to our Creator and to this nation. I want to thank the soldiers and civilians who worked behind the scenes to put this together. You've done an outstanding job. Without you, this could not be possible. A special thanks goes to the families of these leaders. Colonel Norby is joined by her husband, Dave, of 16 years, along with her son, David Jr., a.k.a. Julio. They also have 2 grandchildren, Justin and Darian. She's also joined by her best friend from dental school, Dr. Lisa Browning. Colonel Norby and her husband, Dave, their story began back in the Army where they met, where he served as a multiple launch rocket system grunt. They served 24 years as the MLRS field artillery. Colonel Hoffman is joined by his wife, Danielle, who served as an Army dentist for 7 years. Also in attendance is their son, Ford Michael. I understand Colonel Hoffman had met his wife while they were serving together at working at Davis Dental Clinic. So I'm happy to know that not only is the Army the world's premier fighting force, but it's also an organization where many families began. Colonel Hoffman's aunt and uncle were both as Army officers, and his aunt served as a DENTAC XO in the early 90s, and his uncle is a retired armor officer, and he retired at the rank of Lieutenant Colonel. It's very important that we recognize our family members and the role that they play in grounding and surrounding our leaders with support. We're especially thankful for their sacrifices that they have made and will continue to make. So let's give these families a round of applause. William Arthur Ward is quoted as saying, "The pessimist complains about the wind, and the optimist expects it to change, and the realist adjusts the sail." Army medicine is changing. Our focus continues to shift on a more operationalized strategy. And while change is uncertain, it's exciting as it creates opportunities for growth, development, and innovation. We've been changing for as long as I can remember, so we should not be worried or concerned. We also face many challenges: global pandemic, war, social discourse, budget constraints, disease, famine, and just turmoil throughout the world. Our environment is undoubtedly volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. In spite of these challenges, I take comfort in knowing that our mission of readiness, training, and leader development will continue to be vital to the health health of our warfighters and the security of our nation. We're thankful to Colonel Norby for her leadership here at Fort Campbell. Through her leadership and your execution, this has been a successful command. And I want to highlight just a couple of those accomplishments. So Colonel Norby led an organization comprised of 6 dental clinics, including one at Redstone Arsenal and a mobilization force generation installation at Fort McCoy in Wisconsin. Approximately 600,000 dental procedures were completed over the past 3 years. I don't know about you, but that's a lot. You achieved a goal of greater than 90% for the Go First class rate. Colonel Norby led through the worst of the pandemic by partnering, planning, and collaborating with Blanchfield Army Medical Hospital. She provided direct support in sending military and civilians to successfully deliver 64,000 COVID vaccinations. She also planned and executed a triad Best Warrior competition between DENTAC, preventive medicine, and public health. And this training platform supported leader development and enabled soldiers to train, prepare, and earn 5 EF&B, 11 air assault, 2 rappel master, spies and fries, and 1 master fitness trainer designation. And for the first time, 1 senior dental NCO was selected as the first 101st Airborne Division instructor. Now, these are significant accomplishments, and they're the result of establishing relationships with fellow commands and organizations, which have opened opportunities for training, and demonstrates the importance of Colonel Norby's ability to think outside the box and to be adaptive. So we again thank Colonel Norby for her service. She'll be retiring and moving on to the next venture, and we wish you and your family the best in your future endeavors. We'd like to welcome Lieutenant Colonel Michael Hoffman. Colonel Hoffman comes to us here from Fort Campbell. He's knowledgeable, committed, and eager to lead. I'm confident that he'll utilize his talents to shape the organization into one that will weather the storm of changes and challenges that you will face. And at times it will be hard, but hard is not impossible. If you employ the art of leadership, build trust, and care for your hardworking staff, they will keep our warfighters in the center of everything that they do. So on behalf of the Atlantic Spartans, we want to welcome you and your family to the as a command team. We're excited to have you on board. I'm looking forward to working with you. Through Army dentistry, Army medicine is Army strong. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the former commander, U.S. Army DENTAC, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Colonel Lisa M. Norby.
morning. How's everyone doing today in the cold? Huh? Excuse me while I find my speech here. So I just wanted to say thank you for coming and welcome, especially our distinguished guest, DENTAC Commander Colonel Hall. Thank you for coming, you and your senior enlisted for coming all the way from Fort Knox. Means the world to me and my family. And I'd also like to welcome the DENTAC family who's watching virtually as they are working hard in all 6 clinics. I would like to extend a great welcome to Brigadier General Krieger and Command Sergeant Major Booker. Thank you for attending virtually. And the BOC Command Team and family, I want to thank you all for coming as well. 101st Division and fellow brigade commanders, thank you for coming. And it's a great day for, taking the time and spending this amazing Army Day with us. So I'd like to start off by giving thanks. Thanks to the Army Band, you guys sound wonderful. And to the chaplain, invitation was amazing. Thank you for coming. Give thanks to my headquarters staff. This group and this team has been phenomenal this past 3 years. Miss McCollum, our S1, Miss Samantha Barnes, thank you so much for being my right hand. I appreciate it. She's our DENTAC reception. Miss Roach, Mr. Derritt, Miss Anderson, Mr. Ray, and Miss Meyer. Thank you for keeping me straight and on time with everything that comes through headquarters. You are truly an amazing staff, and I am honored to have shared these last 3 years working in headquarters as DENTAC commander. Thank you to especially our DENTAC command team, Sergeant First Class Retired Richardson, who is with us today, First Sergeant Bowen, and DENTAC XO Mr. Nate Davis. It's because of you all that I am on time, in the right place, and in the right uniform. Mr. Davis, a special thank you for being the best XO a commander could ever ask for, and I really mean that. I think you are probably the best command decision I ever made by hiring you.
I agree, ma'am.
You've been my battle buddy since day one, and I am truly thankful for all that you have brought to this organization, and I know you will continue to make this organization the best it has ever been. And sorry, BOC command team, we stole them from BOC, so no gives backs. Yeah. And virtually to the senior leaders of each of the 6 clinics. Continue to shine, continue to provide the best quality dentistry and specialty care for the soldiers of 101st, Air Assault. They deserve nothing less than the best that we can possibly give them. To my husband David and my boys, thank you for supporting me through the last 3 years. Thank you. I love you all very much. It's allergies. 3 years ago, when I stood here and took command of the best DENTAC in the Army, I talked about leading through change and how different and challenging it would be over the next 3 years. Now, when I said that, I actually meant the transition of the organization going under DHA. It didn't even cross my mind, that there was a virus that was going to come called COVID-19 to wreak havoc on all of our lives. It was challenging, but despite uncertainty, 101st Air Assault, they were still moving out. They were still going down range. We didn't close down, right? But through innovative and strong leadership of this DENTAC, we prevailed, never taking our eye off the primary mission, soldier readiness, and getting the soldiers of 101st ready to fight tonight. We work directly with MEDAC and the BOC COVID Clinic and the BOC Command Team as one team, and we provide direct support for COVID-19 testing and vaccinations. And just like Colonel Evans said, our own DENTAC family, both military and civilian, personnel, they volunteered on the front lines at Blanchfield Army Community Hospital to do what was needed to preserve not only for soldier readiness, but to combat COVID-19 here at Fort Campbell, right here on our doorstep. Fort Campbell DENTAC successfully and safely delivered over 64,000 vaccinations from February 21st to the present, and it's just continuing to rise. Our leaders developed and implemented a DENTAC pre-procedural COVID testing swabbing site housed in Kuhn Dental Clinic, which is our specialty clinic, and it houses our residency program clinic. This directly enabled Fort Campbell DENTAC to return to normal operations and recover soldier readiness quickly. As Colonel Evans said, in this DENTAC footprint, we have 6 clinics to include Redstone Arsenal in Alabama, as well as an MFGI site in Fort McCoy, Wisconsin. Our DENTAC MFGI officer, who happens to be our incoming commander, Lieutenant Colonel Hoffman, him and his stellar team orchestrated the teamwork for 3 successful MFGI missions with over 99% go for deployments mobilized for reserve units. This is incredible work, and it takes a lot of dedication to pull this off with such a high success rate. So I would like everyone to please give a round of applause for this MFGI team. I'm especially proud of our DENTAC soldiers, both officer and enlisted, as they competed in the best warrior competitions during the harshest weather conditions here at Fort Campbell. What did we call that, Sergeant Rich? Snowmageddon, that's right. So I'm just in awe by what they have done during that competition. They have worked hard to become air assault and EFMB qualified, some even back to back. It's this exceptional leadership that has paved the way for the creation of some of the most qualified and ready soldiers that the U.S. Army MedCom has ever seen. This dedication and mentality of patch pride, that we too are warriors, that our soldiers have resonated through the 101st Airborne Division senior leadership, the Fort Campbell garrison, as well as the soldiers here at Fort Campbell. Keep it going, because our DENTAC soldiers are going to high places. Finally, as the Dean of Fort Campbell AGD program, we had the pleasure of graduating 24 stellar dental officers with the experience to be the most successful, outstanding brigade docs that the Army has ever had, and most will continue on to graduate level specialties of their choice. This includes, and in no particular order, the endodontic residency program, periodontal residency program, oral maxillofacial surgery program, and finally the prosthodontic program, just to name a few. Thank you to our program directors, Major Promotable Sandu and Major Promotable Wen, for all the specialty mentors for making this residency program top-notch. I am proud to have been part of this, and as your commander and dean. To Colonel Hoffman and his family, I have every confidence that his leadership and his mentorship will even take this DENTAC further than we've ever seen. So again, it has been my honor and my privilege to have been the commander at Fort Campbell DENTAC. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others, and especially your DENTAC family. Cobra 6 is signing out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Commander, U.S. Army DENTAC, Fort Campbell, Kentucky, Lieutenant Colonel Michael A. Hoffman.
Good morning, everybody. I thought I was taking command of Fort Campbell, not Fort Drum, but This feels like a Fort Drum somewhere up here right now. Distinguished guests, Colonel Evans, thank you for your attendance today. To the soldiers, officers, and headquarters staff, thank you for putting together this first-class event. A lot of things happened this morning, and you guys really pulled it off, and I'm incredibly proud of what you did this morning. To Colonel Hall, one of a handful of my AGD mentors at the Comanche AGD-1 program at Fort Sill, thank you for being here. You and my mentors really set the conditions for me to have a successful Army career, and it's good to see you here today. Colonel Evans, thank you for this opportunity to grow as an officer and for entrusting me with this great organization. Thank you to my family and friends, near and afar, for your unwavering support. And finally, to my wife, my #1 teammate, thank you for your support and sage advice as we make this journey together. Colonel Norby, you navigated this unit through a difficult pandemic and the transition to the Defense Health Agency. Throughout this period, this unit took every challenge presented to it and met it head on. You have positioned them to meet future challenges, and they are well prepared for the next chapter. Thank you for your mentorship and leadership, and we wish you well in retirement. Team, we have the privilege and awesome responsibility of ensuring the readiness of some of the most storied units in the United States Army, from the Screaming Eagles of the 101st Airborne Division, Air Assault, to the Legion of the 5th Special Forces Group Airborne, the Night Stalkers of the 160th SOAR, to our fellow healthcare providers at Bach and the 531st. What you do every day matters. Always remember that your support ensures these men and women are ready to fight, to deploy, fight, and win our nation's wars. To the officers and soldiers and civilians of the Fort Campbell DENTAC family, it is an honor and a privilege to work side by side with you, serving the best patients on the planet. As we move on to this new chapter, let us not forget that we are a people-first organization. When we make our people our priority, whether it be patients or our teammates, we cannot fail. Screaming Eagles, Air Assault, Bite of the Eagle, Army Medicine is going to be strong.
Attention.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and join us in the singing of the Screaming Eagle song and the Army song. You are invited to come forward and bid farewell to Colonel Norby and her family. There will be a reception honoring Colonel Hoffman and his family immediately following this ceremony at the DENTAC Headquarters Conference Room. Thank you for your attendance.